Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Brittany B checking in again. Welcome back to another episode here on the podcast. It has been an awesome weekend, and I pray that you all have had a good weekend as well. It's a holiday weekend, so today is Memorial Day here where I am. And I pray that you guys, if you had time with your family, you soaked that time up, you enjoyed that time, and you made it do what it do because I'm telling you, family is everything. Time is everything. When you have, the time to spend with your family, your loved ones, when you have time for yourself, it's just good. And I was able to do both of those this weekend. I was able to spend time with a friend this weekend. We went out for brunch, which was amazing. Shout out to my girl Vasia. We had an awesome, awesome time. We ate good and we both love to eat. We both love to eat and we enjoyed ourselves. We laughed. We just shared so much amongst one another. We had a good time, really, really good time. And we getting ready to plan something else. So I'm so excited about that. I was also able to spend time with my sons and my daughter this weekend. My son, he turned 12 on the 26th. So I was so busy on Thursday. It was like never ending, but I'm just so glad that he enjoyed his birthday. He was able to do everything that he wanted to do. My daughter, she's growing and running and bossing everybody around. My middle son, he's just like, I'm glad that we out of school. The summertime is here. Let the fun begin. And I am so happy that they're out of school and they're able to chill out for a minute. They're able to, enjoy their activities and things that we do plan to do for the summer. I'm excited about that. And also, I don't have to really hustle and bustle, getting everybody up in the morning. It's kind of crazy because I used to love when they be in school, which I know I'm going to be loving when hoping and praying like, come on, August, let's get them back in school because of the simple fact that I got boys and they ain't small and they love to eat. They love to eat like their mama. I like to eat too, but they can eat. They are big, big boys. They're not like little pruny little boys, little small baby boy. No, they can eat. But at the same time, this year it's like I'm just happy that we don't have to get up so early. My youngest son don't like to get up early. And, just having to get him together, like, come on, Landon, come on, get up, get up. So I'm excited for them too, to be out of school, resting and chilling and hanging out with their friends and also seeing our family that we haven't seen in a while. We even had that opportunity as well last weekend. So I'm thankful for that. And I say all that to say, y'all, if you have kids, soak up that time, spend that time with them, your family, your mother, your father, whoever that you have in your corner, spend that time with them. Take advantage of that. Be right there in the moment. Be present. Be present. So I wanted to talk about tonight. Again, my name, I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you my name. I think I said it earlier. I am Brittany Washington. I am a certified life coach. I'm a mentor and I'm also a motivational speaker. Soon I will be having a website that you guys can go to, that you're able to book sessions with me. And you can also join me in my mentorship group as well, that we'll be meeting every month, once a month, for 1 hour. So hang on to that, hang tight, and I will be let you guys know when that will be available to you. Okay. So tonight I wanted to talk about it's nighttime where I am. It could be morning where you are or afternoon. I don't know, but I'm just glad that you are here and you are tuning in. I wanted to talk about change and where change all begins and transformation, where it all starts. So I remember a time where I would look at other people and say, how are they able to prosper and they so wicked? And this is just being real. I know that this person is a liar, a cheater, a stealer, or whatever you want to call it. They just not the person that they should be. They're just not loving. They're not gentle. They're not kind. They're very selfish. They're very arrogant. They're very, have a very nasty attitude, but they're out here and they're able to prosper so much. And I remember so clearly that same exact day that I was having that feeling, God spoke to me. He revealed to me that, Brittany, I am changing you from the inside. Don't worry about what's going on with people on the outside, because for one, what you see, that don't even count. What is it for somebody to gain the world, but they lose their soul? What is it for someone to have all these fancy, shiny things that we all see, we get caught up in, and their soul is rotten? Their attitude is ridiculous. They're very selfish. They're not gentle. They're not kind. They're not warm-hearted. They're not welcoming. What does that mean to to anyone. Like, what is that supposed to do? How far are they going to get with having that type of attitude? And you won't go far. So I say all this to say that if you right now are going through a season or a time in your life where you feel like, you know, everybody else around you is moving forward and you feel like you're stuck, do not get in this moment right now. Do not get stuck in the moment of saying that you're not moving forward, because you are. Transformation and change, it starts from the inside. Well, Brittany, what does that mean? You may be asking, what do you mean that it starts in the inside? There could be some things that are going on with you in the inside that you need to fix first, so that when you do get the things that you want on the outside, meaning like a new house, a new car, a new relationship, a new career, you'll be able to hold on to it. So with that being said, say for an example, you might be struggling right now with having a very bad attitude and quick temper. Well, God is going to deal with you on that. He's going to break that up. He's going to give you the patience that you need. He's going to give you the gentleness that you need. He's going to give you that right attitude that you need, so that when you get ready to have that business, you'll be able to handle all the customers that you have, that you'll be able to handle those clients that you have. If you want a certain career, you want to level up in your career, you want to be a leader or a supervisor, God will first deal with you first, so that when you get ready to step into the season of leadership and step into the season of being that supervisor, you will be able to handle that. You will be able to know what to do with it. When problems come, you will know how to solve them. When problems come, you will know how to be patient with those people that are having struggles. You could be a supervisor or wanted to be a supervisor at your job. And if you have to write somebody up, you would know, like, okay, I'm able to write this person up, but still have a good attitude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm able to talk to this person about what's going on with them and not feel like, I got to get upset, or I got to get irritated, or I have to be short with them. So that's something that we always need to focus on, is that when we see other people, we're going through our transformation process and we are trying to change ourselves from the inside out, that transformation starts within you. It starts with your soul. It starts with your mind, your heart, the way you think, the way you do things. That's where the real transformation begins. Because once you have that, everything else will follow. I'm going to give you a couple of examples, even for myself. I have always been a very good person. I'm not saying like a perfect person, but I've always been a good person. Even if I did something wrong and I knew it was wrong, because I have been guilty of that, I still had a heart. You know what I mean? I still had a heart, and I still attracted good people and I attracted bad people. So as I began to transform my entire life, and I'm still in that process now, I have learned and have seen that now that I'm being transformed from the inside, that God is sending me new friendships. So before now, I used to think low of myself. I used to think that the type of friends that I used to see and used to visualize having, I thought that I couldn't have those type of friendships. But I could have those type of friendships because I thought that way, and because I felt that way, and because of my attitude, I was not able to attract good friendships and have those type of friendships. The friendships that I had were people that were just leeches. People that always came to me for advice and talked to me, over and over again about the same problem, but they were not really there for me. They never really wanted to hang out. They never really wanted to, do fun things together. They only wanted to call me when they were going through something that was so, detrimental to them, when it was so hard for them, when they were going through a struggle. They only came to me for their problems, but they were nowhere around when I had a problem, but more so of, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out to a movie. Let's go and hang out here, hang out there. I could never, ever, ever see them outside of just, let me hit you up because my boyfriend just cheated on me and I just call him cheating. I never had that. I never had the type of friendship that, wanted to boss up, wanted to level up, wanted to talk about their vision, their goals, and talking about, where we want to be in the next 5 years and how can we edify each other? How can we push each other to the next level? I didn't have those type of friendships. Why I didn't have those friendships is because I thought so low of myself. I thought that, well, this is just it. This is the type of friendships that I'm supposed to have. People just supposed to come to me and talk to me about their problems, and it is what it is. So I would just suppress that. I wouldn't really pay it no mind. I really wouldn't, talk about it with anyone. I would just be like, it is what it is. And okay, they just called me, I just went on with the flow. But I have came to realize is that I was attracting those type of people because I felt like that's what I deserved. That's what I was supposed to have. And honestly, that was not what I was supposed to have. That was not what I was supposed to have at all. So when I went into isolation, God began to transform me, and he still is. Transformation is a lifelong process because as life goes, you are going to change. I am a true believer of that. Right now, I'm transformed to a certain extent because of where life has me. 5 years from now, I'm going to be transformed even more in a whole nother level, in a whole nother way. Transformation is consistent. It's a consistent thing. So now that God has worked on me with that, with my mind and my spirit, my soul, and how I look at myself, he's now sending me new friends. Now, I did pray for new friendships. I said, God, send me some new friends. Give me new friends. Give me new connections, But I never really thought about what type of friendships. I can't even really recall that I discussed, with God or even to myself what type of friendship that I wanted. I had a vision for it. So I guess you can say, yes, I did have that discussion because I had a vision. A vision is just as much as talking to yourself. You visualizing what you want. You're not speaking it, but you're thinking on it. So I sat there and I would think about what type of friendship I want. Truth be told, I would see other people with their friends and say, oh, I would like to have that. But it wasn't like a comparison. That's one thing that I also will talk about too in another podcast episode is comparing yourself versus being inspired by someone. Because now that I have got back kind of sort of on like TikTok, I was scrolling, I would see different things and I would be, inspired by someone. I'm not comparing myself, but that person just motivated me. So I would see the type of friendships that I wanted, and that would motivate me. That would inspire me. Like, oh, that's the type of, I want something like that. It don't have to be exactly like this, but I would like to have a friendship like that. So I knew what type of friendship I wanted, and I would visualize that. I wanted somebody who was going to edify me. I edify them. We go out to brunch. We take trips. We make a bucket list. We do all those things. And God began to deal with me. I had to first see myself doing those things regardless of a friendship. I have to see myself doing that, period. Am I worthy to take a trip? Am I worthy to go out to brunch? Yes, I am. So God began to give me friends. He began to give me people who I can go out to lunch with. I can go out to brunch with. We can create dates and things like that together. And he did just that. So I say this again to say that transformation starts within you. Once you change first, everything else will follow. Don't get so caught up on what other people are doing and what they have, and you know that they're not doing nearly as what you're doing. They're not putting in that work like you're doing. Don't get caught up in that. Please do not, because the wicked will prosper in his own way. It will prosper in its own way. Let them be. The focus is on you, what you want, how you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, what you want to drive, what type of house, what type of car, all of those things. That's your focus. You can't get caught up on what other people are doing, what other people are saying and how they're living, and they're not doing, again, it's nearly as much as you do. When you focus on you and put in the work for your life and for yourself and for your goals, then you will see everything that you need, everything that your heart desires, everything that God wants you to have, it will fall into place. And when you get your stuff, you will be holding on to it, and the wicked will be looking crazy. The person who didn't put in the work as much as you did, that will take care of itself. And you will see that in due timing. So write your vision, make it plain, work on your goals, do what you say you're going to do. Focus on yourself, and remember that transformation and change starts within. Once you change your mind and the way you think, the way you talk to yourself, the way you look at yourself, the way you view yourself, all those abundant things will come to you. They will attract you. I'm telling you this for a fact. Just as simple as with friends. When I began to change, I started getting the type of friendships that I deserved. Those type of friendships that I deserve. Going out to brunch. Like I said, me and my friend yesterday, we went out to brunch. Y'all check out Apartment 4B in Atlanta. It is so good. It is so good. I had the shrimp lobster and grits, and she did too, and we told it. It was the bomb. It was so good. So I'm telling you, and we had a good time. We discussed so much that we were so excited to even just, hey girl, let's start planning our next outing. Let's make it move. Let's make another move again, because we see our future, and I absolutely love that. Like, it just gives me so much joy to know that both of us have that mindset of going somewhere. Both of us are edifying one another. I'm learning from her. She's learning from me. It's amazing. But at one time in my life, I didn't think I could have a friend like her. I felt like I wasn't enough. Like I wasn't good enough to have a friendship like I have with her. And she's not the only one. There's another friend that I have. We're both the same. We do the same stuff. We edify one another. We're a listening ear to one another. She'll bring me a gift. I bring her a gift. It's an even balance. And that's what you want in your entire life. You want to have a nice, even balance across the board, whether you're working on a business, whether you're working on your career, whether you're working on dating, whether you're working on trying to buy a house or whatever it is that you're trying to do. You want it to be an even balance. It shouldn't be feeling like it's wibbly wobbly. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be feeling all just unlevel, even with your friendships. But how are you able to get those things? You get those things by changing in the inside first. And let me tell you something, this transformation and this change that I'm talking about, it is not going to come overnight. It is not going to come overnight. You might be in a season right now where you're like, God, what is going on? Why have I not changed? Why is this taking so long? You want something so bad, but it's not happening. And when I say that transformation, I'm not talking about the way you think. I'm not talking about, not only just that. I am discussing that, but the things that you want, from the transformation, because it's going to come. You're going to attract things once you're transformed, different things. Just like when you were just such a wreck, when you were just upside down, you attracted things when you was in that mindset. So believe me, you will attract those good things once you have a new mindset, once you have a new soul, once you have a new spirit, once you have a new heart, once you have a new tongue. And when I say tongue, the things that you say, the things that you speak, once you change all of that, I promise you, everything else will come to you. Be patient. Work hard. Trust the process. It's not about perfection. It's about progression. Are you moving along? Are you stuck, or are you moving along? Okay, because with transformation, you shouldn't be staying stuck in one spot. If you find yourself staying stuck in one spot, you got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, I missed something. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Maybe I heard God and I didn't act on it. Maybe I knew he said something about moving to a certain spot or moving to a certain location or doing something or taking something away. Maybe I heard that and I just didn't act on it. Maybe I was afraid. Maybe I had some fear. Maybe I was doubting myself. Maybe I got around the wrong people and started talking and then they discouraged me. Maybe I'm comparing myself and now I'm depressed. So you should not be to a point where you are stagnant, where you're stuck and not moving like you should. If you find yourself stuck and doing something over and over again and you're not making progress, because it's not about perfection. Remember, it's not about perfection. If you find yourself not making progress, it ain't got to be perfect. But if you find yourself not making progress, then you have to go back and have a self-evaluation with yourself. You got to go back and reevaluate everything with yourself and then go back to making those moves again. I'm telling you this because I've lived it. I won't tell you something that I have not even seen or heard or been in on my own. I was somewhat stuck and I'm like, something's not adding up. So I have to go back and look at, what did I miss? Why am I still saying the same thing that's in the same year, a year later? Because if I keep saying the same thing this year, then next year I'm going to say the same thing again. So something ain't right. That's when you have to go within you. You cannot get that from nobody else but yourself and God. You cannot depend on your mama to give it to you. You can't depend on your father to give it to you, your cousin, your sister, your brother, none of them. You don't depend on nobody in that transformation process. Don't depend on anyone but God and what he says. You should only be consulting with him or a therapist or a life coach. But having other people that you know, because sometimes people want to see you stuck. Sometimes people don't want to see you change. They don't want to see you change. They want you to stay the same way, singing the same song. What's singing the same song? That means doing the same stuff, speaking the same old talk, doubting yourself, fear, talking yourself down, speaking negative of yourself and others. People want that. Want you gossiping, all those type of things. So again, man, transformation, it starts within. You got to work on you first. Don't get caught up in what you see the world is doing and everybody else in social media. You're going to have to cut out social media. You have to cut out the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter in order to get with yourself to see what you need to work on. So when you do get back on those platforms, you ain't worried about what everybody else is saying. Everybody like, oh my gosh, what happened to her? I need to get with you because I want to change like you. What did you do? See, that's how you go back and you be able to tell others. That's how you serve others, by telling them what God has done for you, by telling them what you have worked on. Then before you know it, you got other people that's going through the transformation as well. You got to cut out all of that, all of those things, people that are bringing you down, people that are gossiping, all of those things. I'm telling you, you have to get away from that and begin to work on yourself, and everything else will come to you. Don't focus on nobody else. Don't worry about what the wicked is doing, the wrong ones are doing. And again, nobody's perfect, but don't get caught up on what they're doing and what they got. Only focus on you, and everything else will come. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy this so much, y'all. Check back in every week. I'll be dropping a new podcast once a week, every week. I also will be telling you guys, like I said, about the website, as well as the monthly mentorship that I will also be doing. Just stay tuned for that, guys. And, stay up, stay strong, stay focused on your goals. Keep speaking your affirmations. If you are speaking them, keep educating yourself. Stay prayed up, stay connected to God. Let him be your source. Let him be your guide. Let him be your guide for sure. For sure. This is Brittany B, and I will check with you guys later. Have a good night.